Good evening, all. Let's try again tonight. See if we get it finished tonight. And here's my co-host. Nope, wrong way. That way. Paint with Penny.
The Terminator show, take 2. Hey, how is everybody? Adrian had a few problems yesterday and he couldn't get on, and obviously I tried to hold the show, but obviously after a while it's like it's not going to happen. And then I didn't realize that if I came out of the studio, it's actually still running. So I did actually watch the stream back. It was 20 minutes of black screen, which was quite amusing, really. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be. Sorry, Mike. The technical problems were obviously I was all on target to get home for 8 o'clock. I was supposed to be finished at 7:15. Then there was a crash on the M4. Pretty much the whole of Newport is gridlocked. And I did text Adrian to say I think I'm going to be really, really late. And then I did a bit of a take this different road, run it through some housing estates, and I got back about 20 minutes earlier than anticipated. And then I thought I'm going to need some food, got pizza, and then I got clobbered by my future bosses as I walked in. So we had a 10-minute business meeting. So as always, everything is my fault. So over to Adrian.
Thank you, Penny. Thank you for explaining all that.
No worries. You know me, I'll take the blame for stuff if it is my fault. And, you know, I get found out if I try and lie. I'm just not very good at lying. But as Chris Campling says, she is a bus driver and all. But no, it's just been mental. Every single road into Newport. Because I thought I'd got lucky because my last trip, I was going out of Newport. So I'm laughing at all the bus drivers stuck in traffic coming into Newport. Well, of course, once you get to your outer terminus, you've got to come back in again, haven't you? And that's when it all hit. And I'm like, ah.
Yes. I thought I had like 3 hour time to waste, so I hopped on the bus going to this town and back again.
Yeah.
Took half an hour to get down there. Took about an hour and 10 minutes to get back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Problem is, they're stuck in an accident going one way. And there's going to be another 2 buses going the other way.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just, and I seem to take in, I forget to take into account that Newport traffic on a Friday is always horrendous, and that is when all the accidents happen. So there's always going to be problems, and I always forget to take that into account. So I'm sorry, Adrian, you've got the short straw when it comes to Fridays.
Yes. Well, that possibly might change tonight, probably. We'll sometime see about that.
We're in talks with, because in about 2 months' time, I'm not going to be able to do Friday nights. So we're looking at doing a different night. But one idea that was sort of thrown into the mix is that Chris Davies may move to a Saturday, and then we'll do Adrian's show a little bit earlier on a, what do we say, Tuesday?
Tuesday night, yes.
Yeah, and then we'll do the 3D print show straight after. So obviously once this show is built, or once we're down to 1 issue a week, we should probably do it in about an hour. So what we can do, we can focus on the build, and then in fact we might just make it one big show. That might work, mightn't it? So if we might do, but there's all these ideas we're throwing together. So, you know, we're all kind of, but this is what I love about this community. If there's a problem, people will all jump in and help. So there is a good side to the problems you had yesterday. Dave Milne, red and white shirt. No, it's not a Sunderland top, I promise you. It might look a little bit like, yeah, well, Chris Campling, we were going to have a chat with you and see if you'd consider sort of a 4-way swap, but I don't think we need it. Anyway, there's a good side to you failing the show yesterday. We didn't actually start the build, so we could actually like forget last night ever existed, except we've mentioned it, so we can't forget it. and we will actually start from the first stage tonight. So all is not lost.
Okay.
So
right, change camera screen.
yeah. So shall we? Do you want to go through the parts again like we did last night?
Yes, we could do.
Okay. So we'll pretend last night didn't happen, except other that we've mentioned it.
Yeah.
So the parts for issue, I've forgotten the issue number now.
28.
Yeah. So parts 28, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts. We have got piece number 1, which is the right shoulder plate. And I believe that's plastic, isn't it?
Yes, that's plastic.
But that's, what did we say last night? I can't believe it's not metal.
Yes.
Dave, I'm sorry, Dave. I won't be able to keep it on a Saturday. I'm going to be working in the kitchen. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights completely out of the question. Thursday night would be a goer, but that's World of Wayne does that one. So unless I can persuade Chris Campling to help us out on a Monday, but we'll talk about that another time. So piece number 2 is the left shoulder cog, and that
Yeah, we've
seems to
seen
be
one
screwless
before.
today.
Yeah, I just tipped out the screws this time.
Right,
The screws
okay.
are there.
So piece number 3 is the left shoulder spring.
Spring, yep.
Lovely. And piece number 4 is the right shoulder cap with rod.
Yep. It's both with metal and plastic.
Right. Oh,
So
that's right.
metal.
Yeah.
And that's a bit plastic.
Yeah, because I think that metal bit would be the first bit to go if it was plastic.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So piece number 5 is the right shoulder cap.
That's
So
this
what's
one.
that? Some kind of screw cover, is it?
Well, I think it's basically so when you put the pin in, you can see. Because if you look, the pin, jumping head, the pin will go in like so. It's probably so you can see it's going in.
Right, and it's going to cover the other end up. Okay, and the last pieces then is 3 3x6mm PM screws.
What about part 6?
Part 6 would be a good idea to mention as well. Yeah, that's the right shoulder tube.
Yes. And part 7 is the screws, which there was 3. I've already put one in the container already.
Yeah, they normally give you a spare one, don't they?
Yes.
Right, so you will also need a cross head screwdriver and the left and right shoulder assemblies from issue 27, which I believe was the last issue.
Yeah.
So all those that have got, just like you said, all those that haven't got issue 27 cannot do this issue for obvious reasons.
Yes, part of this, yes.
Yeah, obviously you got issue 27, so you were one of the lucky ones.
Yes.
Having said that, that might have come out in the shops now, because I actually got 2 Rootmaster issues. So another Hachette part work has caught up. Perhaps this one might have done.
Well, no, issue 27 is all the scribes basically. They're waiting for that issue to come through.
Right.
I just went to my local shop. I was waiting for issue 31 terminating issue 32. At the moment, I only picked up issue 32. So I'm still waiting for issue 31 from the shop.
Not caught up then. Maybe Monday or next week.
Well, I got my Rootmaster issue 85 from the shop.
Yeah, I forget which one I got. I've got 2 issues, and I did clear my folder last week. So Hachette are doing some catch up somewhere. So yeah, hopefully all their part works will be back on track soon. So,
yes.
Right, so step 1, we're going to need the assembly from issue 27, and we need to insert the plastic tube 28/6 into the side socket as shown.
Yep.
Now, That was the roundy bit with all the funny little odd shaped bits that we were putting in one by one, wasn't it? That didn't
Yes.
make sense at all, did it? I know what I mean anyway.
You mean this one?
No, right.
Oh.
Where we're going to put that plastic tube.
Yeah, one of the plastic bits, yes.
Five protrusions.
Yes, you got 5 bits basically, yes.
And I remember putting those all in, and then you put another piece on the top and then secured it.
Yeah, with a spring, then yes.
Did you glue those in? But we thought that maybe you didn't really need gluing if you didn't want to.
Yeah, some were tight and some were not. If they're loose, I actually glued it. If it was tight, I left it alone.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so we need to take the assembly from issue 27, insert the plastic tube into the side socket. Now they have labeled, marked it off as 25-4C, but I think that's probably an easily identifiable piece there, isn't it?
Yes.
And is it going through okay? Looks like you're having a bit of a struggle there.
Yes.
Lube up the parts, Adrian, says Chris Campbelling. That would certainly make a bit of sense.
Well, it's in there.
Okay, you obviously did something off camera that you didn't want us to see them.
Well, yeah, I pushed it on the edge of the table, but I couldn't.
You used a method that you wouldn't recommend to the viewers.
Well, it's their choice if they want to do it, sort of thing, isn't it? But
yeah,
I would have to get Digicam out and show what you was doing and put it back again.
Right, no, that's fine. I'm just trying to pull your leg, Adrian. Right.
Yeah.
So okay, so we've got that tube in. So step 2, we need to fit the socket 25-4 on the shoulder assembly into the recess in the shoulder plate 28-1, which is the part that you got this week.
Yes.
I think we can pretty much imagine what's going to happen here.
Yeah, that's going to fit in like so.
And then step 3 will be to fit the rod of part 28-4 into the joint that was assembled in step 2, fitting it into the plastic tube so that the joint is held together. So is some of that tube actually exposed in the middle?
No, that hole is a tight fit.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Because when I actually tried this going in the other day, and that is a tight fit in.
Right. Okay, another reason to make that bit metal then.
Yes.
But if you bend that,
or if you break it and try and put it in, you would have fun.
Or not, as the case may be.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously I'm not feeling those parts, but I'm suggesting you just take your time and push that in nice and gently. Dave Milne says, be careful with this bit as it's tight.
Yes.
Looks like you're about to play Flappy Birds in a minute. The tension is mounting.
So I'm going to move it to the edge of the table for a moment. Just it's easier pushing down hard surfaces than it is trying to squeeze something together.
Yeah.
Right, it's in there. Actually, just the final bit, I just moved it like so, and
yeah,
it worked the way down.
Right. Okay. So Dave
And
Milne said just take your time as well. So, which I think you did. I think you did take your time, didn't you?
yes,
But I mean,
I actually put a bit of washing up liquid on the pin, by the way.
But I think that's a universal rule anyway, isn't it? Take your time. It's not a sprint. I know we say that a
Yes.
lot, but it's because it is true. So,
Correct.
step 4, we need to fit the right shoulder cap, piece 5, into the lower end of the joint. This is a push fit connection. So that's going to fit where the pin pokes out.
Yes.
Right.
In there, you've got 2 small pins. I think they go into there. It's basically to like locate it and
Right.
tip in.
Make sure that pin doesn't move about too much.
Yeah, you got a small one there and small, and then you've got 2 locations on that one there. So those pins in those 2 smaller pins could be larger than those holes.
Right.
So when you push that one in there like so, it's probably just clipped together. Or if it does drop out, you can always glue it back in then.
Yeah, fair enough. So basically be your own judge. If it's a bit loose, just apply a little bit of glue to the bottom, I guess.
Yes.
Where it won't be seen. Just don't get any glue.
It's in there nicely.
Otherwise it probably won't rotate.
Yes.
Okay, you happy with that piece then?
Yes, I'm happy with that.
I'm guessing from the fact that you just put it down that we're now going to work on a different piece. Because we all know you're looking ahead of us. Oh, look at that. Completely different piece. So we need to check the orientation of the parts, fit the left shoulder, piece 28-2, into the center of the left shoulder, piece 27-1, supplied with the previous issue. I guess it won't matter which way round the cog goes, but when we work further, we need those. So it looks like you've got a little hole at 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock, and then another one at about 2:30 position.
Yes.
Right.
Oh. Orientation they've got it in is that one there.
Yes, like that. Where is that?
I think previous time we had it like so sort of thing. I can't remember. I'd have to go through.
The magazine might know what they're doing. Sometimes they don't appear to, but they might do. Right, so that cog is going to go into the center of the roundy thing with the holes in it.
Yep.
Okay, and that obviously fits perfectly.
Right.
Almost as though it was made to measure.
Who's ever watching this later, that came in issue 27.
Yep.
And this item came with issue 28. And that goes like that.
It does. I take it doesn't matter which way round it goes.
Well, to be honest, doesn't really matter because it's when you fix the spring in and
you're going to push and rotate it anyway.
Yes, right, you can still push it in.
When fitted, the notches in part 28-2 fit over the raised parts in the center of 27-1, which is basically what you've said. Or in other words, the little cutouts are all equidistant.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
if it was designed basically only a say 90-degree turn or 90-degree turn or 180-degree turn option, it would have to be a specific way in.
Yeah. Or less cogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Right, so stage 7 then. Take the assembled shoulder parts from issue 27, which is 26-1 and 2 27-2s. The 27-2 looks like the part that
we did in
I'm slightly confused. It might just me being silly. It says 26-1 and 2 times 27-2s, but I can't see a picture of 27.2. I can see 27.1.
Right. That piece there and that piece there
Ah,
is part 27.
right. Okay, that's 27.2s. Okay.
Yes.
So that piece needs to go onto the part that you've just assembled. And it looks like you've got 4 screw holes, 2 larger than the other 2. So they will
Yeah.
need to line up with some larger holes.
Yes.
Right. And that's why the orientation doesn't matter. It's the way that you've lined the cog up with piece 26.1 that matters.
Yes, because that can't go that way because it's a nice
Yeah.
fit that way.
So if you've put the cog in at a funny angle, then that piece will sit on there at a funny angle until you
Yes.
adjust it. Right. Okay, so the screws are located as indicated by the red arrows. I should have read all this first. And the raised pegs on part 26.1 fit into the holes in part 28.2. See the stage complete photograph to note the orientation of part 26.1 relative to 27.1. So in other words, what we've just said, you've got two small holes and 2 large holes. You need the 2 large holes to line up with 2 large holes.
Yes.
Okay, so fix in place with 2 3x6mm PM screws, and they're the screws that you had in yesterday, ready to go.
Yeah, I picked one of those holes. I didn't know which it was the right one or not, so they wouldn't roll around the mat.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So fixing in place. Right. So those other 2 holes, they're blocked up by placing that piece 26 piece from issue 26 on top, aren't they?
Yes.
Right. Or in other words,
We got,
they locating pegs.
yes, 2 locating pegs.
Okay.
Location pegs.
Locating pegs, locating pegs, whatever you want to call them. Your show, Adrian. You can call them Barbie dolls if you want. So I'm in an odd mood.
Or location pins. Yes. Different.
Yeah, pins is probably a better word, isn't it?
Yes. Right. I located the first one in, put the so far, then I put the leather screw in, done that up tight. And I went back to the other one and finished that one up.
Brilliant. Okay, are you happy with that stage?
Yes, I'm happy with that stage.
I know what's coming next because you just got the bit ready. Oh, that's it. Stage complete. Okay. So, yeah, nice easy part because you've done most of that before in some form or another, haven't you?
Yes.
So you
we rough
shoulder have been okay. I can start.
If we look like so, it's almost a mirror image of that one.
Yes, there's one to left, one to right.
Yes.
By coincidence. The spring will be
going to be like that.
Future issue. So, critical question for you. Do you think they could have got away with not supplying that spring and then perhaps supplying it when we need it? Or do you think it might just be a case of then just need to spread the load a bit?
We just spreading the parts out a bit.
Right. Fair enough.
The way they're doing these parts at the moment, you're actually using it in the next issue.
Yeah.
You find?
I mean, I suppose if they supplied you with like one part in one particular issue and then 20 parts in a future issue, that would probably look a bit odd, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And people would go, oh, is that all we're getting? Because you know what people are like when they don't like their issue. You know, nobody complains in the part work world, do they? Never.
It's right. Do you want to show what's going to be in the next issue?
Yeah. So next week we have the left shoulder build continues. So the word continue suggests to me it won't be finished. And then looks like there's a little roundy bit So that's the piece that's going to be screwed in to hold the spring in. And then we've got some pieces on a sprue. They look like 6 pieces there, or is it possibly 7? Possibly 7.
You reckon 7?
I don't know. The picture's not.
Have I got another image after that one? What's the next image?
I don't know. It's probably going to be about 18 pieces, isn't it?
Actually, if I change the screen.
Oh, 6 pieces. I like the way Dave Milne says never. I presume he's in response to me saying that no one ever complains in the part work world.
Well, at the moment, I'm probably just complaining at the shop saying, where's my issue gone?
The problem with that, though, is it's not actually the shop's fault.
I know. Yes.
But it's like me, I say me as a bus driver. People have got a lot to moan about the bus company, about. And they're the only person they can really let off steam to is the driver. And it's not the driver's fault. They've been waiting an hour for a bus. So, and it's like us with the shops, isn't it? We got a problem. I always try not to complain to the shop. And in all fairness, that my W8 Smiths is brilliant. They will let me let off steam to them. And then they'll wait for me to go, look, I know it's not your fault. And they go, no, that's all right. You have the right. And I'm just, they're agony aunts as well as shop assistants. But, they understand my frustration. I need to build. I build, therefore I am.
Well, I go there, look on the shelf. There's something I know I'm having. Right, there'll be something in my drawer. And I'll go to the counter. Anything in my file, please?
Yeah.
They'll go there and have a look. Oh. Yes or no?
They tell me nearly every week how lucky I've been with the part works, because they say they always go wrong. Right, so let's have a little look at the actual part. There's a front cover of the magazine that looks coincidentally similar to all the other ones with a different number on them. And then we have the left shoulder build continues. Combining the new components with the left shoulder assembly from last issue. We'll complete part of the left shoulder joint. So the parts that we have got is 29.1, the left shoulder plate.
That is metal.
Lovely. Now, the next 6, I'm not going to read them out because they're all described with exactly the same left shoulder accessory. So,
yeah, and this time I think they're actually numbering each one sort of thing, but let's say.
Okay. So, if I remember rightly, didn't we have to cut them out and arrange them in a certain order?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So I wonder if we'll do that again. Don't answer that, Adrian. I'm building up my suspense. And then lastly, we'll have three 3x6mm PM screws. And I'm just looking to see maybe where they'll go. I think I can see in amongst all those holes in that little circle, I can see, what's it called? An equilateral triangle.
What, something like that?
Yeah, that one.
Or is it that one there?
Well, no. Right. It's right. If you look at the outer one.
Yeah, I know.
You're winding me up there, aren't you, Adrian? Yeah, well done. Yeah, that's 1-1 on the wind-up stakes. I'll give you that. Right. So, identify...
Whoa! You got that little triangle there. You got that little triangle there.
Well, you could probably make about 15 different triangles out of that little arrangement. No, I'll give you that, Adrian. I did openly admit I was trying to wind you up, and you got me back by the end of the show. So yeah, fair dues. Can't stand the heat. Get out of the kitchen. So yeah, okay. So the next stage then, stage 1, is to identify parts 29.3 and 29.4 and carefully cut them from the frame, smooth any rough edges, and they look like triangular type shaped bits.
Yes.
Chris Campling says triangles everywhere. Pythagoras would have had a field day on that piece, wouldn't he? He'd probably have an orgasm going, look at all those triangles.
Yes.
I got a joke for you while you do that. I was sitting watching a film called The Perfect Murder with my boyfriend the other night, and I said to him, I'm getting scared. He said, what, because of the plot line? I went, no, you're taking notes.
Yeah.
And I do have another joke, but it's a football one, so I'll save that for a more football themed.
Right. Okay.
Okay. They
Any
look
more
like
jokes?
No, not yet. We'll space them. We won't get them all out at the beginning. Right. So, have you smoothed the pieces off? I remember
I'm
what
getting
you
there.
are now.
Right. Smooth them off. Instructions last time they tell you to glue that together. One person actually assembled it and didn't bother gluing it.
Sorry.
And second time round.
I need to just take a quick 2-minute break. Okay. That's fine. That's okay. That's all right. I'm back with you now. Right. So, step 2, not 3. Yeah. So after test fitting, apply a little super glue to the ridge on the inside. Obviously, this is going to go with step 3, isn't it? And then step 3 will be to fix the parts together as shown to make the shoulder accessory. Note that there is a seam on one side and the part has a foot. So pretty much exactly the same as we did this on the other side. So a couple of little test fits, and then we'll just apply a little bit of glue. So look for any points of contact, and that's where you're going to aim your glue.
Yeah, but as the previous shoulder, I didn't bother gluing it, and again, I'm not going to bother gluing on this one.
So you say you didn't bother gluing?
I didn't bother gluing on the other one, and again, I'm not going to bother gluing on this one.
Again, use your own judge. You know, if it's a loose fit, you know, pop a little dab of glue. But with parts this small, consider using cocktail sticks. They're not very expensive. And in actual fact, what you can do next time you nip in McDonald's or somewhere, nick a couple of their wooden stirrers. Obviously, we don't endorse thievery, but if you just got a wooden coffee stirrer, and what I do is I kind of twist it at an angle so it splits to make a point. That works quite well for me. If you really cannot stretch to the massive cost of a cocktail stick, or failing that, go find a friend who has parties who likes pineapple and cheese on a cocktail stick, and go, that looks nice, and eat a couple. You got cocktail sticks then, haven't you?
Yes.
So step 4, cut the remaining shoulder accessories from the frame and arrange them in the order shown. And they're all different, so that shouldn't be too difficult to arrange. So, oh, look, as if by magic, you've done it, Adrian.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, Chris, I have seen your comment. I can contact Hachette. It's remembering to do it. Right, so step 5, take the shoulder assembly from issue 28 and position it in the... Excuse me, I've got hiccups. Just give me 30 seconds. Okay, sorry about that. Right, so take the shoulder assembly from issue 28 and position it in the orientation shown. Apply some super glue to the foot of the assembled parts 29.3 and 29.4 and fit into the socket in part 27.1 in the shoulder assembly. Viewed from this angle, the seam of part A is facing away from you. So again,
Right.
if you feel Mac Thief, says Dave Mill, if you feel it doesn't need glue, you don't have to put glue in. It's totally your call. I sitting here with not actually collecting it myself. I'm tempted to say I would put glue in anyway because it says to put glue in, but it's your call, guys.
Guess. Actually, talk about stirrers. Do you think that's enough?
Yes. Yeah, that might do you for now.
Well, I think that's ample enough.
Just at least for this week anyway. That should last you through the weekend.
Well, it depends how much gluing you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. You would, if you were using that many sticks, you'd probably need a gallon of glue.
Yes. Sorry, I'm just gluing this one up off stream.
So earlier on, I was talking to someone and they said, we've got a bit of good news to celebrate. I've got to sort of carry on chatting with him later on tonight. And he said, perhaps you can share a Desperados with me. I said, oh, did you get something? He goes, no, that one there. I went, what? You mean my bottle of Desperados? Yeah. I said, so you're offering me the opportunity to share my Desperados with you. So, yeah, we had a bit of a giggle about that. So, Chris Campling says he doesn't think you need to glue them in. Dave Mills says, I never. The other parts hold them in. Basically, what I'm trying to avoid here is someone having loose parts and then coming to me and saying, you told me not to glue them. Which is why
well, I'm test fitting them. If they fit nicely.
Yeah. Is that nicely?
Well,
that's nicely as in the same context of telling kids to play nicely.
Okay, if it's nicely, or if it wobbles about, now glue it. If it fits nicely in situ, I'll leave it. Right, I've done step 5.
Lovely. Okay, so step 6. Oh, isn't through that today, Adrian. So step 6, apply super glue to the foot of part 29.6 and fit it in the next socket. So that will be about the 3 o'clock position if you're holding the previous part at 12 o'clock. Could you do us a favor, Adrian? Could you move your camera down or the part up?
My apologies, yes.
At the end of the bottom of the screen. The trouble is, when you focus on the part, you can't always see where the camera is. Unless you've got chameleon eyes, and you can have one eye on the part and one eye on the screen. But then you just look up then, wouldn't you? Mind you, if you had eyes that could move independently, could you work on 2 part work simultaneously?
How about doing build a Lego piece at the same time, but do a mirror image?
Wow, that'd be a challenge, wouldn't it?
Someone can do that.
Yeah, Chris Campbell. We issue you, Chris Campbell, with a Lego challenge. I wonder if he'll take it.
Have the same build, small build,
Yeah.
Have one left and one on the right.
What, building one
you're
with your
doing
left
it
hand and one with the right hand at the same time?
at the same time, but one is the correct way around, one is a mirror image.
Oh, God, no. Yeah. So if you had like a car, you'd have them bonnet to bonnet.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds interesting, doesn't it? And you can buy small Lego style kits from Wilco for about £5. You got me thinking there,
Yes.
Adrian.
Little something like a house which is not
Chris
one size slightly different.
Chris Campling says easy.
Easy. I think I should send you some videos and say, here
Yeah,
we go, do
I
this
was
one.
going to say, Chris, if there's no video, it didn't happen. That's how the rule goes, isn't it?
Yeah. If I know her channel off the top of my name, I can say it on the stream and people could look at it and think, whoa, she does that? Right, step 6 done.
Okay, so I think we know where this is all going, but right, so step 7, apply a little super glue to the base of the foot of part 29.5 and fit it into the bottom socket part 27.1, and obviously make sure that little sticky out bit goes in the right direction.
Yes.
If I remember correctly, you can't put this in wrong anyway, because one of those
Correct.
feet, the foot is
Yeah.
it's not quite center.
Yes, it's not quite center.
Yeah. Now that looks a little bit looser than the previous ones.
Yeah. Well, actually, I glued them backwards that way, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder which. When they say glue, why do they want us to actually sort of like make it further out or further in or what?
I don't know. This is one of the advantages of not gluing it and allowing it to, clamp together.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave, that's a terrible joke. Have you heard about the wooden car? It wouldn't go. And Dave Mill also said the McDonald's straws are crap now. Absolutely right. They kind of collapse in your mouth a bit now, don't they?
Well, aren't they sort of like cardboard ones now?
Yeah, they're paper straws. Although, in all fairness, when I was in McDonald's last week, I bought myself like a wrap and a coffee and a milkshake for a bit later on. And I asked them for 3 straws because I said I anticipate they're going to fall apart. And I put the straw in the milkshake and put it in the van door or minibus door, and had me coffee. And I had the milkshake after it kind of melted because it's a little bit too thick for me to drink. And in all fairness, the straw did last the pace. So it just didn't feel comfortable. It didn't feel like a round straw anymore, but it did work. So step 8 is apply a little super glue to the base of 29.2 and fit into the next socket in part 27.1. Now, I'm looking at the instructions and I'm suggesting that, again, this will only fit the correct orientation. But would you say that bottom peg is slightly longer than the top peg?
Yes.
Right.
And you can only fit it in one way.
Right, that's what I thought. So there's a lot of good designs in this model then. Probably a little bit more than we think. The way that they've made these pegs that you cannot put them in the wrong way. Because if you put this in the wrong way, you may not actually notice for another 40 issues. And that's a long way to go back if you've got it wrong. Because my very small experience of Hachette is that the parts do fit very well. And that's kind of what I've come to expect.
Right, that step's done.
Okay, lovely. So, step 9. is, oh, we've got the fifth part.
Yes.
Apply a little super glue to the base of part 29.7 and fit it into the last socket on part 27.1 as shown.
Actually, I'm not going to bother gluing that one because that one feels all right.
Okay. You had me worried there for a moment, but then I noticed you had the orientation different from the magazine.
Sorry, it was easier to like try and show on camera.
Fine, yeah. As long as you're aware of what the orientation is that they're showing you. So you're gonna play it risky with that last piece, are you, and not glue it in?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And then step 10 is take the left shoulder spring 28.3 supplied with the previous issue and fit it into the center of the shoulder assembly so that it's held inside the rim on part 28.2. Take the shoulder plate and check how it fits over the end of the spring so that the screw holes on part 29.1, which is the part that you haven't attached yet, are aligned with the sockets in part 27.1, which is the bit that you've glued the 5 bits into. Note that there is a notch tab on part 29.1 circled, and that's the second picture. Yep. Which fits over the neck of part 29.6. Right. Okay. Right. So that, yes, I see now. That little notch is on the outer edge of the circle.
Yes, they put that little notch there so you have some idea where the correct rotation of the plate would be.
Expert tip: it is important that 28.2 is correctly positioned within 27.1. Carefully study the photographs above and below to check the orientation of these parts. Also, make sure all previously fitted screws are tight. So 28.2 is the piece that these... Ooh. Right, 28.2. That's the cog.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so
that's that one there.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just double check it. I am actually happy, but I'll just go back and double check it.
Right.
I'm happy with that.
Good. See, I just want to get my electric screwdriver on that now. I just don't think it'll reach to your house.
Well, it's a shame you don't have a little screen you can just pass things through.
Do you know, it's funny, I was just thinking myself and Fleetwood are going to have to practice a little move where I show my screwdriver on my screen and I throw it, and then just as I throw mine off my screen, he throws his on the screen and catches it and goes, "Thank you, Penny."
You'd have to probably do a pre-recorded one, wouldn't you? So you'd have to sort of like splice that together.
A lot of coordinating, I think. So we'd probably have to practice that, but that would look absolutely awesome, wouldn't it? Dave Mills says that those McDonald's screws make good drain pipes for model houses. I can see that now, actually, yeah. Has anybody been watching that model railway challenge? It's like the Great British Bake Off, but with model railways instead. And it's actually a lot more interesting than it sounds. Because they also have like a scratch build challenge, and they have to incorporate some random objects into their model. And the first one that I watched, they had a tutu, 3 party poppers, and a tub of hair gel that they had to incorporate.
Right. Before I finish step 11, can you read it off, please?
Yeah. Have you finished? Oh, sorry. I thought you were. Sorry. Right. So step 11, fix the left shoulder plate 29-1 in place with 3 PM 3x6mm screws, which is what you've done.
Yeah. I put one in so far, and I put the next one in so far, and I put the third one and screwed it down all the way down.
Right. And is that in nice and tight?
Now I'm just finishing them off.
Right.
I thought, hang on, I'll just look at the screen, see which step we were on.
You know what? I'm sorry. I lost track. And yeah, I'm sorry. My bad. And the award for most useless host goes to Penny this week.
Well, at least I would have probably about 2 weeks to find a new one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fair enough. Okay, do we get a demo of that as well then?
Yeah, there we go.
Beautiful. That is a big bundle of satisfying clicks. So I have a horrible feeling that that's the end. Oh, what a shame. So,
yep.
That's obviously very similar to a previous stage. Would you say that was much difference in the enjoyability levels? Did you enjoy that as much or perhaps more because you knew what was going to happen? Hello, Yasmin. How are you?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, there's variation in it. They're not trying to make every step the same, or it might seem a bit boring.
Yeah, yeah. Although I still maintain if you've got a few repetitive steps, get them over and done with early. And then they're done then, aren't they?
Guess.
Right, so coming up in the next issue is extend the left shoulder. And that looks like I'm sorry, I'm going to have to call it a lunar space module because that's what it looks like.
Now, do you want to go on to the zoom in picture?
Oh, is that next? Look at that. So we've got I presume that's a round cylinder that sort of, as it goes along, it reduces in size. And I seem to remember that little crescent-y type bit with a star on. Have we seen that part before?
Yes.
Okay. And the last three pieces I definitely recognize. They look like screws.
Yes.
Right. So that's next week's done then.
Yep.
Excellent. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Although it was in effect to repeat, it was enjoyable. You knew it was coming because you've got a left and a right, a top and a bottom. And do you think we'll have many more similar joints? Obviously, we've got the legs to do as well, haven't we? So do you think the hips might be similar?
Yes. Mirror image. Could be.
Yeah. But also, it satisfies this. One of the questions I've heard and also asked myself is this Terminator is obviously going to be multi-positional. And the question I had is that if you keep repositioning it, will the parts wear out over time? You know, rubbing plastic on plastic or even metal on metal, it will wear those parts out. But if they're joints like that, the way you're going to reposition them is to push them, move them, and then click them into place. So
yes,
that should enable it to last the test of time.
And you have got to push it in about 4 or 5 mil.
Yeah.
Before you.
And there's a lot of positions you can put it in. So maybe you can have it up in the air or. So yeah, no, I enjoyed that. I did enjoy it. I won't say Well, I will have to say it's my favourite issue now, because if I say it's not my favourite issue, you're going to ask me which one was, and then I can't remember which one was. Doggy Style, I knew Chris would come out with something like that. Trust Chris. That'll be after our stream catchphrases. Trust Chris. So Chris says it's a simple issue next week. Do you think that's going to be the case?
Yes.
Okay. So are we doing 1 or 2 issues next? Or we'll be doing 2, won't we? Because you're missing a week.
It depends when we do it.
Right. Well, I'll still be keeping my days the same for the foreseeable. Chris Campbelling, I don't know where Chris Davies is, but yeah, when the two Chris's to get together. Do you remember when we first started streaming? We used to say the 2 Daves, but now we've got the 2 Chris's we need to keep an eye on now, don't we? Oh, that's a good point, Chris. Chris is saying that the spring might loosen over time. It probably will, but it looks a really tight screw, a really tight spring to begin with. Do you think that'll be a problem over time?
It might do. It depends what type of metals. I think when on the bus, basically, when you've done the wheels at the front sort of thing, they were probably designed under tension.
Yeah.
Like probably on normal cars. They are so big. When they've been under tension for a while, they're probably a lot smaller.
Yeah. So they were probably deliberately too big and too strong, knowing over time they will relax into the position that you actually want them in.
Guess.
Yeah, because I remember undoing those, and I remember doing them they were so hard to do, weren't they? But the second time they were so easy.
Guess. Well, at the moment, I got my next issue.
Yep.
I haven't got my next issue after that, but I got the issue after that.
But you got right. Okay, so you're missing one issue then.
I'm missing issue 31 at the moment.
Right. Okay. Do you think you'll get that in the next couple of weeks?
Hopefully, yes.
So,
well, unless that, I might get it through the post probably by that time.
Oh, is it? Are you missing out of your Yeah, you must be, aren't you? Are you missing out your subscription issues?
No, I'm missing an issue out of my shop issue.
Right. And will you get this? When's your next subscription issues due?
In probably around 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks' time, which is roughly when you'll be streaming next. So you'll probably have them in time then.
Yes.
So, and issue 27 from the subscribers, we hope.
Guess.
So, do you think it might make sense for them to send issue 27 out with the next subscription pack?
It depends how long they get the shipment in, sort of thing.
Yeah, I suppose if they get it about a week before the next ones are due for dispatch. But no, I would be, if it was me distributing, I'd be inclined to just go, yeah, we'll hold them off a week, and then you'll get 5 issues next time. I know not everyone will be agreeable to that, but obviously they're a business as well. They're looking at making money, so that'll be thousands of less postages. But then again, there's a counter argument to say, well, if you got it right in the first place, they wouldn't have had to post them out. Dave Milner, we're starting a right old thread now about the McDonald's straws now. So Dave Milner says, do you think the McD straws make lampposts or bus stops? That's got to be worth a look, though, isn't it? Marty McFly's asking, are you building 2 Terminators, Adrian?
Actually, I'm building one. I got one for someone else.
Ah, see, Adrian's a nice guy helping.
I post one off a little bit later, so I have the choice of which ones I use first.
Aha. Okay. That's a good way of doing it, actually, isn't it? Oh, no. Did you get the broken piece? Oh, that's unfortunate. Do you know I've never got a broken piece in all of my issues? Oh.
Yes.
No, I suppose the advantage of that is that if yours are broken, you can use the other bits, and then you just delay the posting off until the replacements come.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Right, so what is next for you then, in general?
Me, well, Wednesday night at 5:30, I get on aircraft.
What, the Spitfire?
Now I'm boarding a plane at 5:30.
Oh, you're boarding a plane, of course you are. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, talking about Spitfire, I've noticed that issue 2 has come out, so I'm inclined to think it really is a trial, because last week it came out and it said next issue in 2 weeks. So, but it's about 3 different shops that have got issue 2, and I'm really tempted to buy it, and I'm like, no, must resist. You've got them on subscription.
Yes. That's a good question, though, isn't it?
Well, I've now got 3 Routemaster subscriptions and 2 Spitfire subscriptions, 1 of each for myself, 2 Routemasters for other people, and 1 Spitfire for someone else. So, but I suspect we won't actually get the subscription Spitfires until they are final. So it might be soon, it might be a year away. But yeah, I know it is a trial because I did ring Hachette and they said it was a trial. But I think we've all convinced ourselves that it's going to go live because, Routemaster, that's obviously successful enough. And if the Routemaster hasn't failed, I really can't see the Spitfire failing. I reckon that'll be one of the most popular builds ever. Possibly with the exception of cake decorating, which is, of course, the most fabulous collection ever. There was that much sarcasm there. And what's that latest one they've got? Disney Cakes and Sweets. I thought, well, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel there now, haven't they? Or are they going for the kids going, Mum, I must get that, and then you can bake me cakes. No way, I really want to build it. So yeah, I have no reputation, but I would stake my reputation on there being a Spitfire build.
Actually, I think Hachette's gone into arts and crafts as well.
Yeah. Well, they're obviously trying to pick up as many different subject matters as they can. They've got some pretty good book collections, and I am quite tempted by the books, but I just don't get time to read them. The quilt is a must, lol. Yeah, it's funny actually, because W.H. Smith has always said to me they don't like doing part works, but while I was in the queue buying my Routmasters, the woman behind me, she was waiting to pay for a quilting magazine. And I just thought it was quite funny. And I'm not going to judge you. It's obviously something that she likes doing or is interested in getting into. And, if, to be honest with you, these crafts, a lot of times, just to get the basics going, you need to spend an awful lot of money. And, if you can buy 3 issues of a part work, total cost 15 quid, to discover that you don't like it, that's a cheaper way of discovering you don't like it. Or she might really get into it and ends up spending hundreds. But it's, in that sense, it's, at least with our with arts and crafts, if you stop halfway through the collection, you've still got usable bits. If I stop collecting the Routemaster now, it's a completely useless model, isn't it?
Correct, yes.
So, in that sense, maybe the quilters should be laughing at us for doing the models. So, there's a strange theory for you.
Yes, I've seen that issue on the shelves.
Yeah.
Called Peter Rabbit.
Are you tempted? Go on. We won't judge you, Adrian. Are you tempted?
Actually, I'm not. If my grandmother was still alive, yes.
Right, okay. I can imagine one or two of us lot might be tempted. I won't name names. But Chris Campling says, LOL Marty, can you imagine me doing the quilt on YouTube? Do you know what, Chris? Maybe not you, but maybe your girlfriend, because she's a bit crafty in that sense, isn't she? Doesn't she do some really nice builds?
Yeah, she does.
I could see that. I wouldn't laugh at it. Definitely give it a watch. And also because she's never really serious, is she? So I don't know. I could see that being a good little video. Chris's girlfriend does. I've forgotten her name now. Is it Cheryl? Terrible names, aren't I? Cheryl does quilting.
Even she just recorded and did not do a live show, basically. At least she can do a bit now and then, sort of thing.
Yeah. I think quilting and stuff like that, it's stuff that you're not going to get done in a 10-minute video. It would have to be all week long and edit it. I know it's with the cake decorating that I bought years ago. You got all the little bits, and you had to bake cakes and things before you could actually use them. So it's 900 quid for a quilt. Yeah, Dave, if you put it like that, yeah, maybe it's a bit of a funny one. But again, I don't look at it like that. I look at what you get out of it. You know, this bus, 1,300 quid. But honestly, right, I've got so much out of it, not just the building, but the community we've built. And, you know, if you get a community of 20 or 30 quilters who spend 900 quid on a quilt.
Yeah. It's a bit like, well, okay. If someone offered you that complete bus, saying £1,000, would you buy it?
No, I wouldn't. As a complete model, absolutely not. I don't think it'd be worth it. I'm sure there'd be people who would buy it. But I'm happy to spend 1,300 quid and build it bit by bit every week and sit here for 6 days going, oh, I can't wait till Wednesday.
It's been like, well, let's say £1,000. You've done £1,000, so you need to take a loan out.
Yeah. Yes.
For that £1,000. Then basically you're paying interest on that £1,000.
Yeah. 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 Whereas this, you're not paying interest. Well, this is like interest. People are selling the R2 on. Is that all they're going for, Chris? 200 quid. Yeah, you go. Love minis. That is the exact. I could not put that better myself. It's the journey. I know World of Wayne has got upset when he's finished a couple of builds, and I can genuinely see myself crying on stream when we finish the Route Master, because it's the journey I'd miss. There you go. Now we know where Chris Davies is. He's been posting on Facebook. Naughty boy. No posting on Facebook while Adrian's on stream. Have you frozen again, Adrian?
Now I'm still here.
Oh,
can you hear me?
Thought we'd lost you. You did the old police squad at the end.
Yes, I'm now then stopping sort of thing. I'm looking at the screen and I'm moving my head.
Oh, so you mean you haven't frozen? You are just still.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that. Yeah, it's the love affair and journey of the build.
Yes.
Chris Campling says the 2 years of the R2 build went so fast it was ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, we've been doing this bus now for 1 year and 10 months. They have stretched an extra month out of it because of last Christmas. Sometimes I think it's gone really because other times I think it hasn't. Because because I mean, sometimes my weeks, I can't understand how one part of my mind, the work mind, the weeks are absolutely dragging, and then the bus side, it's going so quick, and yet they're both in the same place. It's a bit of a mind screw.
Yes.
So I just couldn't resist that. But yeah, it has. I can still remember. I can still remember being bored over doing the wheels. I don't mind admitting that I hated doing the wheels. And it's like, great, we finished the wheel. What we're looking forward to next week is another wheel.
Yeah, that's. I wish they could probably split it up, basically doing one wheel, then doing something.
But would it have worked? Because then we had the chassis, and then all of a sudden, within about 2 or 3 weeks, it went from this long to. And then if we'd have had odd wheels, well, how would you have felt about having the chassis but not having the wheels on it? So it was done in the correct order. And again, we got that boring bit over and done with. You know, I think most of us felt, was anybody absolutely thrilled by the wheels? Did they like, wow, that was a super exciting build? But I think we all appreciate it was absolutely critical, because you can't have a bus without wheels, can you? So
Correct.
So I have got something to show you. I've got 2 things to show you, if you don't mind. The second thing, I'm going to ask Fleetwood if he'd mind me showing them. The first bit I'm going to show you anyway. So I'm actually rather happy. So this is a box. It actually arrived yesterday, but I wasn't in. So the postman took it to the post office. Dave Mills says it's great because they built the bottom up. So, yeah, my little trip to WH Smith's produced 2 very fat issues of Route Master. So one we've already built, which is this one. And this is next week's build. So I'm confident that we will get the shops are caught up. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to tackle that now, because obviously I've got, is it 2 more weeks left, and then I've got a week off. I was going to keep it behind just in case they carried on having problems, but we'll see what happens Wednesday. So yeah, so I might try and get 3 issues done in 2 weeks. I don't know, see what you guys think.
Right. To me, you're frozen to me.
Okay, well, you're actually frozen to me. You haven't moved in like ages.
Yes. I think we suggest we end the
do me a favour, hit your stop cam button and then hit it again. It might enable, because there's no problems with your sound, is there?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, that's not a good up. And then theoretically, this will happen. Oh, you've gone. Oh no. Adrian's left the show. I think Adrian might have yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I got the parts today. I've had a look. I haven't shown you them because Fleetwood hasn't said I can, but they're larger than I thought. But you have to download the instructions. It's a little bit disappointing, but I think they're cheap in price because they're like 40 quid for 5 packs. So anyway, I'll be consulting with Fleetwood over when we'll start that. And I think I've got a month of Sundays coming up as well. Okay. To be honest with you, they're probably not that exciting. In no particular order, because I don't know what order they are, because I haven't actually written the part. the pack number, but this is the pack with the bonnet in. And yeah, 17 pages print. And without trying to drop the box, if I put my hand by it, you can see it's a little car, but it's not actually going to be that little, is it? So that's quite nice. And I do like that, because obviously you need to know what it is to figure out what it is. But once you know what it is, you're like, yeah, it is a Fiat. So the bonnet's pack 2. So that's pack 2. I mean, obviously you'll know once you get the magazines. So this is I think this might actually be pack. Yeah, this must be pack 1 because you've got a screwdriver. But there's the front grille with the headlights. And yeah, it is a massive bonnet, but it's actually very, very small in comparison to the size of the car. But if you do sort of that, it just looks fantastic. So, and you get the obligatory screwdriver, so that's good. And then one of the packs, so you get five issues. I can't remember what that is. It's just, I'll be honest with you, that issue to me is bits of black things. No, I know it's not a good description. And this is the wheels that apparently are the wrong color. So I don't know. Can we do anything about these, Fleetwood, if they're the wrong color? Right, so that's issue 1 then. Well, I thought that'd be pack 1 because that's got a screwdriver with it. But yeah, would they be easy to paint? Will they all be the same color? Oh, suspension, of course it is. And then that leaves this one, which doesn't have an awful lot of parts in it, but it's got a picture of the finished model on it. So yeah, we are going to build it. Both going to do. No, not tomorrow, but we will build it. Now, this started a funny conversation at work. And it's, like sometimes you say something. Oh, do you know what? I've just noticed that has got the pack number on it. No, that one's got the pack number on it. Yeah, it has got the pack number in it. Underneath, I don't know if you can see it. There you go. That's pack 4. Anyway, they never did white wheels on production except much, much later on. So is this a much, much later on model? Anyway, let me get you back to this daft expression, right? People have looked at it and they go, blimey, the caravan's bigger than the car, right? And it's said as a genuine question, but when have you ever known the caravan to be smaller than the car? Because if the caravan's smaller than the car, you might as well sleep in the car, mightn't you? But that's obviously, I guess that's a 2-berth caravan. Because looking at the size of the car, you're not going to get much more than 2 people in there. I probably even struggle to get 2 in. But we shall see. So what are we doing with the wheels then, Fleetwood? Are we going to repaint them, or are we just going to put up with it? I'm just going to see if I can pull up. Well, I can't pull up any images. Oh, I've got control of the stream. Well, that's interesting because I've done a Google search on Fiat 126 yellow, and I can't show you because I haven't got control of the screen. Should be 70s, right? I can see some have got steel wheels, but there's also quite a few with white wheels. So I don't know. 1974 Fiat yellow, that's got silver wheels. So yeah. So do you think silver wheels might be a better idea? Would they be aluminium, or would they be? They wouldn't be chrome, would they? Because I've got aluminium. So right, I don't know what to do with Adrian now because I can't end the stream for him. I'm just going to message him. Oh, hang on. Are you trying to come back, or have you deserted me? Oh, hang on. Did I? I didn't change that, did I? Oh, Adrian's back. Hello, Adrian.
Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Right, we've not got a camera, but we've got sound. Right.
Yeah, mine's just playing up sort of thing.
Okay. Right. Can I suggest then we cut our losses? We've done the build. I've been introducing the Fiat 126 while you've been away.
Yes.
So yeah, should we like? Oh, hang on.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Quinn, Adrian.
How's everyone?
Oh, is that a different Adrian or is that you, Adrian? Are you on your mobile?
Yeah.
Yeah, your PC camera is actually frozen, isn't it? Because I'm guessing the bottom, Adrian, is your mobile phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sound's not as good, but your picture's brilliant. Adrian twins. Do we need two Adrians? Would that be a bad thing or would that be a good thing? Right. Okay, then, guys. I would suggest then. Obviously, you've got a few problems with the PC, so I would suggest that we say goodbye.
Yeah, let's.
Uh-oh.
Frozen again, aren't I?
You have. So
Right.
yeah, I don't want to lose you again because I can't think of anything else to talk about. So hopefully you'll watch us or join us tomorrow when we do the 3D print tractor. Sunday, I can't remember, is something happening Sunday? Adrian, no, I can be good at musical statues. Look. So I can do it. So Monday we've got Chris Campbelling. Tuesday we have got Chris Davies. So yeah, it's brilliant. We're loving the streaming that's on. So unfortunately, I'm working earlys next week. I'm off for the next 2 days, which I'm really happy about. So I've booked a loo day off for tomorrow, and Sunday's my natural day off. Oh, and I'm off Thursday, which means no rush on the Route Master. So yeah, what are you going to do, Chris, if you got nothing to do for Monday? And I've gone and asked you a question. Are you still there, Adrian?
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, right. Okay. Look. You know I hate ending shows, but let's end the show while we still can, and then
Okay. Yeah.
you can spend a bit of time figuring out what's wrong with your computer, or maybe it's just feeling a bit ill. I don't know.
Could be yes.
So yeah.
Right.
All right then. Well, look. So yeah. All right. That's bad news. If Chris hasn't got anything, he's going to be doing no stream at all. So that's sad news. But let's just hope he gets issue 27 then. Right, guys. So, excuse me. I'm going to disappear then, and take care. Love you all.
And goodbye from me. I'm going to end now.
If he can find the button.
Yeah, I found the button. and broadcast second time.